What up, YouTube? Today's video, I want to talk about not being able to speak properly. Now, I'm going to tell you what this means, and yes, it has something to do with DNA activation, but that's just not the case. Okay, now check this out. You know, sometimes when I speak, I get my words discombobulated, or I get tongue-tied, or whatever you want to call it. You know, some people may say it's a speech impediment, but that's not true because a speech impediment has something to do with your brain. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, it is a speech impediment because look, this is what's taking place. Now, I know a lot of people is probably going through this right now and they don't know what it is. So basically what I'm trying to say is you could speak proper or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You could be the most proper speaking person, but if this is happening to you, it's because your telepathy is kicking in. So basically, let's say for example, like for the past couple of weeks, you be talking, and every time you talk, like 2 or 3 words out each sentence, you may say the word discombobulated, you know, or you may not get the word out fully, you know, like you may say something, but you ain't mean to say that, you know, because like it's basically like you're not stuttering. You're not stuttering. I'm not talking about that because that's a real speech impediment. But I'm talking about basically like, for example, like you may say what's good, but you say what's good. You know what I'm saying? Like some shit like that. You see what I'm saying? It's like you was trying to get the word out. They know what you're trying to say, but people know what you're trying to say, but you couldn't get the word out fully. That's because your telepathy is kicking in. So, for example, like I said, if this has been happening to you for the past 2 weeks, then I mean your DNA is activating. So basically what this is like, I'll be talking or whatever, and I get some of my words, you know, discombobulated and shit. And it make you sound like you slow and shit like that, but I'm not, because it's like I'm usually used to talking to people with my mental capacity. So it's like the more you telepathy people, the more that your verbal, your physical speech goes away. That's real shit because you don't really talk as much. So when you start to talk, you know what I'm saying, you start mispronouncing words because you don't really talk as much. And plus, a lot of the time, like a lot of people can't pronounce certain words and they be trying to force themselves. Like you be in school reading and you can't pronounce the word, and the teacher keeps trying to tell you what the word is, but you can't pronounce it. That's because that word is a spell, and your body, your soul, will not let you put that spell on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain words I can't pronounce. That's why I have to say it slow. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to get the word out. You know. But some words I can't pronounce at all because some words are certain spells, and your soul will not let you put them spells on you. That's why you mispronounce certain words, real talk. So you gotta think about it like this. But if this hasn't been happening to you, that means you still talking with physical language because humans, we are at the lowest state ever possible. Real shit. Because talking with words, that is so 3-dimensional. We are way further than that. But like I said, they got lead in the water, and they talking about some all Flint, Michigan, this and that. It's lead in the water, and damn near every state. Real shit. Go do your research. You know what I'm saying? Fluoride in the water, aspartame, all this shit, and it's fucking with you. But people don't understand though. Like it basically is like this. If you speaking proper, right? And you speak it proper, but you not, you know, you ain't messing up no words. You ain't, you know, you ain't getting your words discombobulated. You ain't mispronouncing no words just because you still in B state. I mean, of course we all fucking talk. I'm not downing nobody. Of course we all talk. I'm using words right now. You see what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to explain to you is that humans is the lowest state ever possible because we fell down from grace. You know what I'm saying? We fell from heaven. You know, a lot of people may look at our quote unquote ethnicity, black people, melanated people, and they look at us like these guys, they came from kings and queens. You see what I'm saying? Because that's why they gotta dumb us down so much, because they know we came from kings and queens. If we rise up, you know the power of your mind, can't nobody stop you. I know the power of my mind, can't nobody stop me. You see what I'm saying? It's like when somebody do something, you can navigate around it and figure out a smarter way to do it. They try to get in your path right there, you can navigate around it and figure out a smarter way to do it. So I'm saying, like, using words is B state because we used to speak through our mind, telepathy. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, if you mispronouncing words is because you don't speak as often anymore, and you speak to people through your mind. Like, for example, let's say you sitting at home or whatever, right? And let's say you think about your friend, your spouse or whatever, and let's say you get to talking to yourself. Ain't nobody in the room with you or nothing, but you thinking about a certain person, and you just get to talking to yourself. That don't mean you crazy. Basically mean you telepathy in that person, but you don't know you telepathy in that person. You just thinking, you talking to yourself. But everything you just said while you was thinking about that person went right to that person's subconscious. And if they spiritual and aware enough, they'll be like, oh yeah, like in their mental state, a picture of you will pop up in their head. You see what I'm saying? Because you was talking to them in your mental, even though you was talking with words, you think about them. So it's like all them words just translated into your mental mind, and they got transferred over to their mental mind. See what I'm saying? And when your telepathy starts to activate, you start mispronouncing words. You feel what I'm saying? That's why a lot of my words, I get discombobulated, because I don't really talk as much, you know. I like to be quiet, and I like to just talk to people, you know, mentally. And that's what happens, real talk. So if you having that problem and you ain't know what it was, I just declassified it for you. You're not slow. You're not retarded. You none of that. Your telepathy just kicking in, and you getting stronger spiritually. See what I'm saying? The harder your life become, you getting stronger spiritually. God wouldn't give you nothing that he know you can't handle. You see what I'm saying? Real talk.